I've been working on building my dream home office setup for YouTube content creation and live streaming. And in this video, I'm gonna be taking you on a tour, showing you how I use this setup to stay productive and creative, and I think you're gonna get a lot of cool ideas, so stick around.
You gotta just press record.
Hey, welcome back to Think Media. Sean Cannell here, and I am sitting in the brand new Think Media Northwest offices. That might sound kind of official, but all of us at Think Media actually work from home, and this is just a 10 by 10 bedroom turned into a battle station. A couple things you need to know. Today's video is brought to you by StreamYard. More on them in just a second. If you want to skip around in this video, we're going to add chapters for the various parts of this home office desk setup. And of course, we'll summarize all of the gear and resources and links in the YouTube description down below, so check those out. Now, a lot of thinking has gone into this build. I've been creating YouTube content for over 10 years now. I've been live streaming for over 5, and we've been blessed to see the growth of Think Media, giving me the opportunity to ask myself, what exactly would I build if I could build anything when it comes to really a live streaming studio? And it all starts with the autonomous smart desk corner. Now, this is an $1,000 here in the US desk that's L-shaped. It gives me a place where I can sit and read and journal and look out the window. And then of course, the side of the desk that's for content creation and live streaming. And I selected white because this office is heavily based on RGB lighting, color lighting. And so the white color will just kind of reflect and pick up the color of light that shines on it. It's super clean, and it's an electric sit-stand desk that allows me to keep moving throughout the day to stay as healthy as possible when working. The computer that is driving the entire desk setup is an NZXT Streaming PC Pro. This is a pre-built machine with the latest GeForce RTX graphics card. Personally, I'm not really gaming with this PC. I'm using it for live streaming, and I wanted to pick it out because of one, speed. It was pre-built, they shipped it in the mail. Graphics cards are kind of hard to get right now. It showed up and it was ready to go. And two, to future-proof the setup for maybe higher resolution live streaming in the future, and just a lot of hardware power so it doesn't bog down. Next are some ViewSonic 32-inch IPS monitors. I love live streaming with 2 monitors because I use one monitor for my dashboard, my notes, maybe some slides I'm gonna teach from, and then the other monitor is the monitor that I share screen from, so it allows me to have plenty of workspace to manage everything. Now, when we first started building this setup, I purchased a dual monitor desk mount, meaning it clamped in one place and there was 2 arms that split off from it. But because these monitors are 32 inches, there just was not enough flexibility, there wasn't enough strength in the arms. They weren't really built to separate these large of monitors. So I upgraded to some Logitech heavy-duty gas spring monitor arms, and there's 2 individual arms allowing me to separate the monitors and really get positioning perfect. For the cameras, I have 2 Sony a6400s. One has a Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter 2.8 lens, and the other has a Tamron 11 to 20 millimeter 2.8 lens. And then for the third camera angle is a Sony ZV-1 that allows me to have a center, left side shot, and right side shot. All of the cameras have dummy batteries, so there's continuous power so they can run indefinitely. For the Sony ZV-1, I have it on an Elgato desk mount, and the 2 table clamp desk mounts I'm using for the A6400s are by ArcScan. These came in at $88 each, but they're super durable and steady and keep heavier cameras right in place without shake. Now, in just a second, we're gonna get into the audio and the microphone and the lighting and so many of the cool accessories and lessons that we learned. But if you've been getting value out of this video and learning something new, can you hit the like button? And today's video is brought to you by StreamYard. StreamYard is how we live stream to our channels like Think Media and the Think Media podcast, as well as our private Facebook groups. Whether it's having smooth transitions from your slides back to your face, or uploading videos to share on your stream, or even bringing on multiple guests for interviews, StreamYard makes live streaming easy. You can try StreamYard today by clicking the link in the description below. Now, in just a second, we're gonna talk about audio, but you're probably wondering, how do you tie all of those cameras together and then switch between them? And the answer is called a Camlink Pro. The Camlink Pro is a PCIe capture card that has 4 HDMI inputs. This is why I wanted to get a live streaming PC so that I could add additional hardware and use devices like this. This allows me to actually input multiple different cameras and or devices. I could use an action camera, a DSLR, a mirrorless camera, a laptop or a tablet like an iPad. And then you can control those camera angles using different softwares, including the software that Elgato has created. When you combine that with what's called a Stream Deck, and I got the Stream Deck XL, the whole thing talks together and is really easy to use. It takes a little while to set up, but then it makes it easy for me to switch between the 4 camera angles at the push of a button while I'm live streaming. And so when I'm live streaming on StreamYard, essentially I'm able to just select my webcam, select my camera source, and have all 4 camera angles be just simply streaming through that one source. Which brings us to the audio side, or essentially the microphone input side of your software. Here I'm using a Rodecaster Pro, which acts as the audio interface and a mixer for my voice, for guests that come on via StreamYard or Zoom, for music, and for sound effects. One of my favorite parts of this desk setup is the fact that the Rodecaster is lifted up off the desk using a laptop notebook desk mount that comes in at under $40. Then my main microphone is the Shure SM7B. That is plugged in with some Mogami XLR audio cables. There's a cloud lifter as well, and a Rode boom arm. Now it's possible to use the Rodecaster not just as a broadcast tool, but also as an audio interface that goes to your studio monitors. But actually one of the challenges that I ran into was there was no way for me to actually trim out my voice coming back at me over my studio monitors. You can actually do it easily when you're monitoring your audio with headphones, but because sometimes I'm on meetings all day long, I wanted to find a way to work around that. So in this case, I use an Audient ID14 audio interface that essentially runs my desk speakers and my headphones for when I'm in meetings. The desk speakers are by Audio Engine. They are the A2 Plus model, and I also have the Audio Engine S8 powered subwoofer. I definitely recommend the stands. They're designed for them, they're super clean, and they angle them up nice, giving you an overall experience improvement. For the main lights lighting me the subject for live streaming and creating videos, I chose the Elgato key lights. There's a lot of great lights on the market. You can actually save a lot of money and get some different budget options out there, but I was just kind of going for a streamlined workflow. And the nice thing is I can click them on and off with my Stream Deck. And again, that was my goal. Remove all friction so that I can come into this battle station and create content. But I think one of my favorite parts of the whole office is the integration of Philips Hue lighting. We had an electrician install 2 track lights with 5 lights on each of them. Now to be able to have control of all this lighting, I started with the Philips Hue white in color LED smart button starter kit. This has the bridge or the hub which plugs into your internet, basically your Wi-Fi router, giving you control through the app and allowing you to control all the different lights, blend them together, create cool looks. It's pretty amazing. We also installed some lighting behind an IKEA dresser with the Philips Hue rope light. There's a cool iris Philips Hue light on the dresser. And then there's a couple plays on top of the monitors. My goal here was to actually be able to kind of splash my face with crazy different RGB lighting to maybe create that cyberpunk effect or different lighting actually on my face effect. But overall, I'm kind of experimenting and still dialing in this entire setup. And I should mention, the Elgato Stream Deck XL can basically control everything. Now I know we've covered a ton, but a couple of things coming up are, in my opinion, the most important parts of this office, and that's related to some of the health aspects and ergonomics. My ergonomics checklist starts with the sit-stand desk, getting the desk positioning not only perfect for a good angle with my arms, but also being able to move throughout the day. I also invested in a Herman Miller chair. Autonomous has some great chairs as well that are a little bit more affordable. This thing costs a fortune. It's almost $2,000 with all the customization I did on it. But one of the things that I think is important when you think about this is I'm gonna be sitting in this chair for the next 10 to 20 years. I'm gonna be in this chair probably longer than I'm gonna be in my car. And having micro adjustments for your back having your neck, your angles, forward tilt, rear tilt, arm support. And additionally, I got a Logitech mouse that I love, the MX3, and a Logitech keyboard that is ergonomic. Everybody hates the split ergonomic keyboards. Let me know in the comments if you hate those. All of that is to kind of help with some arm challenges that I have, what's called repetitive stress injury. It's kind of like carpal tunnel, some nerve stuff that I have. So I take ergonomics really seriously. And there's also what's called a fluid stance balance board. Now there's other brands of balance board. I love Fluid Stance because it's super well made, kind of a premium balance board, and that allows me to keep engaged throughout the day. I could be taking meetings, standing at the standing desk on the balance board, and burning calories, increasing mobility, increasing flexibility. I take ergonomics seriously. Now, all of the plants and furniture and decor besides the main desk is from IKEA. If the plants were living, I would probably kill them, and so the plants are fake. Furniture's been tough lately, I think because of the pandemic, and so everything was ordered online, and it took a couple months to actually all come in, but I'm really happy with the items that we picked out. The white aesthetic, again, pulls the color of the RGB lights into the entire setup. The pegboards are incredibly practical for organizing little bits and pieces, and they also have a cool look to them. And it's still a work in progress, but for the look of the entire setup, we're still trying to hide all of the wires with zip ties, command strips. There is a battery backup and continuous power supply on the floor next to the subwoofer in case there is a power outage to protect the PC. And if you saw a piece of this setup or something you have a question about, definitely drop that in the comments section below. But you may be wondering, how much did all of this cost? Admittedly, there was some overspending testing and trying some gear that didn't work out. There were a few things that I already had, like the Sony a6400 cameras. And of course, there's costs of installing track lighting and things like that. So when you add everything up, this studio comes in right around $20,000 USD. So I'm curious your thoughts. Is it hot? Is it not? Let me know in the comment section below. And what would you have done different? Do you have any advice for ways to improve, enhance, or tweak this setup? And hey, we actually have an entire series here on Think Media for different office setups for different size rooms and different budgets. So click or tap the screen to watch the next video in this series, or check out another video from Think Media by click or tapping the screen. Appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next video.